at craps. And he came back and he said 49.3% on a pass bet. And I remember just being struck because I just used the 45.9% number, and then we're talking to the guy who's running the craps table saying, wait a minute, the odds of winning a craps are better than closing the forecast that, by the way, we created? So something's clearly not going right during the sales process if it was such a low win rate number. It means we're wrong 54.1% of the time. And in starting to take a look at what's going on that, we went back into the data and we said, okay, the 45.9 number is an average. So we started taking a look. We found some guys who were, below that number, of course, being an average, but we also found some folks who were, much higher than the average. And we said, what's going on there? And what we really found out this thing was a difference in attitude towards how people are looking at selling. There's been a debate for years, ever since I got into sales back with IBM a million years ago, on, what is sales? Is it an art or is it a science? And what we're finding today is in most companies, it's far too much art, far too little science, because what they are doing is they are flying by the seat of their pants. We're telling salespeople to go out and do their own types of things. And when you have too much art, what you have is uncertainty. You really don't know what's going on in the marketplace. So let me kind of preface everything else we're going to do by sharing with you two things. One is from a study that we published in Harvard Business Review where we took a look at process. And what we found was in that study that we said there are 4 levels of process when we look at all the companies we had in our database, all the companies that have taken part in our research studies. And they fell into one of 4 categories. Level 1 was random process. At level 1, what you've got is if you've got a sales force of 100 people and they report to you as a CSO, what you've got is 101 ways of doing things, the way that you would like them to do it as the chief sales officer, but the way that each one of them is going to execute. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're unsuccessful, but it really does mean you're unpredictable, because sometimes the deal will close in 3 days, sometimes it takes 3 years. Sometimes you get list price, sometimes you almost have to give it away. Sometimes you never lose